Oh, we're back. We're so back.
The storm is coming.
This is taking way too long.
Your throne lies empty.
Sick. Sick. Exactly what I wanted it to be. It's just fucking... It's just... So I basically just end up making my character, and this is sped up to 5 times speed, but the actual character customization options and stuff that you could do was incredible. I couldn't believe that you could start from, like, any race, or almost any race, and then any of the classes as well as the graphic fidelity and anything you could do. So I started off with the idea of making like a Dagoth Air counterpart. He's my favorite Morrowind character. And then I kind of just played around, looked at the sliders, kind of incredible stuff that I didn't realize it had back when I tried it out. And eventually I was like, it's not really my style. So after I tweaked some more settings, I decided to just basically, none of it worked, so I just changed. And you'll end up seeing the rest of that. So I'll let this quickly play out and then come back to you then. So, this is Orion. He's my character. Get used to it. So you spawn in this little dungeon room, right? Which is completely different from the original. And you gotta talk to this girl. She basically just, like, yaps on for this whole bunch of time. But the short gist of it is basically there's a golem that came with us from another dimension, and we fell into a prison because they didn't know if we were dangerous or whatnot. But look, basically we gotta go kill it, and if we agree to help her, then she'll let us out. She's a researcher. Don't worry, it won't make any difference later. After a couple swings, hit the gate, and it's a loading screen. A short one, but I didn't even realize. And only a few steps forward, I check my notifications. Inventory opens up. Cool. It's sleek, it gets the job done, that's all we really needed. I'm clicking on things, I'm kind of curious about what's going on. Oh look, collections. Like, collections are kind of unlockable things that withstand throughout your whole character, I think. And then the shop. I'm glad that it wasn't pushed into my face immediately, but hey, at least it's there for whoever wants to use it. We go into that a bit more later. Basically, I'm still checking through all the stuff that it just keeps telling me I've got. Daily rewards, fantastic. Average MMO things. I talk to her because obviously we need to do more stuff. Now I gotta choose my weapon. Sweet. I'm kind of curious because I've decided to go with the paladin kind of build, so not really the ones for me except for the sword and shield. I could realistically go for maybe a two-handed, but honestly I tried a bit later and it's not too special. And I also take a bow, because you'll never know when you need some range. Of course, inventory open, equip. Equipping requires not just clicking it, but hitting E, which is not a bad thing, I just didn't realize it at the time. Awesome, first-person combat, looks good, feels good. It's exactly how I imagined it. Skyrim, but with a little bit more flavor, I guess. I was thinking about how I sheath my weapon, which led me to pressing almost every button on my keyboard, except for the one it required me to. Moving straight into the obligatory tutorial combat. This isn't too bad because there's kind of a in-universe lore explanation as to why. I go over to third-person combat. Hey, that's pretty cool. You can play in third or first person. My preference is third, but that's just because I like seeing everything happen. The combat looks good. Just mash the same kind of attack button for now. And then it teaches you about blocking. Blocking's fantastic, but not only blocking, there is a parry system or an interrupt, just like another MMO that I know. Meaning literally all of them, but this one gives you the chance to, heavy attack after and get some damage in instead of just stunning them for a reasonable amount of time. There's also breaking out of them stunning you, which is also incredible to see. And then after you defeat it, boom, level up, skill point, put it into whatever stat you feel like it, and then there's skills and trees and things you can keep upgrading into. For now, I just get the basic first AoE attack that you get on the Paladin class, which looks pretty cool and requires magic. Gotta test it out. Boom, summon a Spear of Light. Looks dope, cool. Talk to the woman, it's time to get moving again. This time training's all done and I'm ready to leave. We head out. Awesome. Now we're just making our way through whatever comes next, I guess. Enemy up ahead, bear trap to my left. I wanted to test if sneak attacking worked, but I couldn't really get it to work as well as I wanted it to. Apparently it doesn't. Bash it to death, seems easy enough. No loot, cool. However, lockpicks, you know what that means? New lockpicking system. Kind of finicky, but once you get used to it, it makes a bit more sense in the long run. I'm too used to Skyrim's lockpicking and or just auto lockpicking rolls on Baldur's Gate. So this is a really nice change of pace. I found the armory, cool. I guess this is how, as a new player, you get introduced to gear sets and how gearing up works. So I grab a piece of everything and chuck it all on. It looks so good. I go and check out all the rest of it, but I'm usually a heavy armor person, so I went straight for the heavy armor and managed to get it on my first go. I did want to see if I was missing any pieces though, so I did get the waist piece and then I should be all done. Cool, we can leave now. Going back out the way I came, I was wondering if disarming required any traps. No, it didn't. You can just do that kind of thing. We leave, and now we're into this small little section with more armor. Thank God. Just in case I missed that other armory before. And now we're moving on to the outside. Now that is a view. This was the first revelation that I was really in a different kind of world. It felt kind of surreal being seeing recognizable landmarks and trees and fauna that I'd seen so many times on my playthroughs before, but now in a completely different context in a completely different game. My frames started to drop, but this is my recording software playing up. I apologize in advance, I'll try and fix it as soon as I can. But a lot more combat later, and we'll end up reaching this weird room that's guarded by 2 different guards, I guess? I don't know what to say they are, but I can't access it now, so I have to come back later. Just follow the quest marker, I guess, until I get to this room right here. This is the gallery foyer, where the supposed demon is still lurking about, so we'll head inside and see what's up. Basically, the long and short of it is that we have to open this door, but this door has a crystal that isn't powered. Where's the spare crystal? It's in the vault we passed, so it's time to run all the way back, but not before I get jump scared by this dude and his demon. I thought it was an enemy, but it's actually just, I think, the Necromancer class. So now it's time to run all the way back to that vault. Inside the vault, we just have to fight a boss, basically, that teaches you about AoE mechanics that you have to dodge with the red pools on the ground. Once it's dead, we can take the crystal, which is just absorbing its power. Now, we run all the way back to then dump that power straight in, but not before soaking up a little bit more XP. Now we talk to her once again, and the door is open. The way is clear. Perfect. On to the boss. This is the demon that apparently fell through a portal with us. I love the design of it, straight out of Oblivion. Or Oblivion-like. The Daedra aspect is definitely there, but definitely a Slaanesh influence. For anyone who knows Warhammer 40k lore, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's super cool. It tests all the things you've learned up to this point. Use basically all of your attacks, interrupts, and spells to defeat her while being healed by the NPC next to you. Eat some food after it's done, and we can move on to the next area. This next area is mostly just a lore dump about how things are going to play out from here on out. You've got all of the different portals that are currently locked. I assumed because they're expansion-related content for jumping further in the game. Once you talk to her, she'll tell you about every single expansion that's available and the different paths that you're able to go on. So basically, after talking through all of that, we decide to go to the first one. Bleak Rock Isle. The first location we'll be starting our journey, and where the next episode will take place.
North of Eastmarch. For this gate to choose such a remote location is something...
We submit to your will and call forth the chains of cold.
They're performing a ritual, preparing the way for a dark anchor.
Opening rift to oblivion.
It's worse than we thought.
What?
Main melt has begun.
The portals reach from our side to theirs. That means there is a traitor.
Perhaps it was simply arrogance. Perhaps it was all part of his grand scheme. Who can know the logic of it?
Oh, it's Molag Balls!
There's a prophecy in those
Molag Ballsack, bro.
Imagine seeing your nemesis succeed where you failed.
Let the way be opened!
I am patient.
Let the will of Molag Bal be denied!
This world will one day be mine.
Oh, that's Cyrodiil! That's the main city. Hey, thanks for watching to the end of the video. I really appreciate you sticking around and taking the time out of your day to actually watch the whole thing through. Starting a series like this might be a big undertaking and it might be a big task, but I also stream all of them on Twitch. Not very consistent at the moment, but I'll be posting in my Discord that is linked down below, as well as my Twitch, when I'll be doing them, and maybe we can do it sort of as a weekly thing, maybe even a few days, depends on how much support on the series I get. But I'll definitely keep churning these videos out if it's content you guys want to see. So thanks, and that's all from me. Buggy out.